I broke something precious to my 2-year-old son, and now we're dealing with the consequences.
Let's talk about that.
I'm Trey from Utah. Mythical Morning.
Good Mythical Morning!
Today's episode is brought to you by the Rhett and Link Community. Go to RhettandLink.com and click on the beast. And then you will enter into a fantastical world with other mythical beasts that you can get to know. You can chat with them. You know, just set some logical boundaries before you go in there. I mean, that's my disclaimer. Don't take things too far. Don't get out of control.
The only thing they need to take too far is a Supernote. Join Team Mythical Beast.
Yeah!
Come on, people, we need to move up the ranks. Make your Supernote.
We're not making a good showing right now. We're the hosts of the competition.
Come on, it's fun. We promise. Okay. Speaking of things that were fun, we promise, something that wasn't very fun happened in my family last night based on decisions that me and my wife, Christy, made. And I just want to tell you about it. And
You're about to get personal here, aren't you?
I'm about to get personal here. Okay. My youngest child, Lando, yes, if you don't know, we named him after the famed Star Wars character. Lando is now 2.5. And now he's our third child, so he's the baby. You know, we don't have any plans to have any more children. You know,
I thought you were about to say, we don't have any plans for him. He's just the baby.
Yeah, he's
just there for our amusement. We don't have any expectations about his life.
If he doesn't want to go to high school or
It's
college,
okay.
or it's okay. It's like, you know, he'll just be the baby.
Right, forever.
But, you know, when you've got 2 kids, maybe you're done. Maybe you've wrapped up things in that phase of your life.
Maybe I'm not.
But we kind of know that we're done. So, you know, you tend to hold on to the babiness of your youngest child, I think is what happens. So all of our children have had a pacifier.
Oh, you're one of those families, huh?
I've never called it a binky, so I'm not one of those families, because those families call it a binky.
You're one of those families that lets your kids have pacifiers.
Okay. But so are you.
Yeah, I am.
So we call it a passy, not a binky. I shame many of you people who call it a binky. What is that?
It's a pacifier.
It's shameful. It's a pacifier or a passy. Okay, so all of our kids were attached to it. So at a certain point, you have to decide it's time to break the dependence on the passy. Now, for the other kids...
And why is that? Why do we do that?
I don't know. Well, here's what happens with Lando. He can't sleep without the thing. And then 5 a.m., I'm asleep in my bed because I love to sleep at 5 a.m. That's a great time to be totally asleep.
It is perfect.
It's awesome. What's not awesome is hearing come from the other room over there, oh, Passy.
Is it in the bed with him?
It's in the bed with him.
But he can't find it.
But he can't find it because he won't open his eyes. He's asleep.
Well, that's your problem.
Pacifier. And that's what he calls it. He calls it the pacifier.
So you just go to him and find it and then put it in his mouth?
And so I get up at 5 a.m. and because he's just moaning, pacifier. So I go, and Lincoln's in the same room sleeping. I feel bad for him.
No, you should get Lincoln to do it. You should train your older kids to take
Give him
care
a
of
quarter every time he does it?
No, just as he's your son, you have to do it.
That's
son.
a solution if you're that type of parent.
I am.
Miss Binky, a binky parent. So, yeah, I go in there. I'm like a zombie. I'm like, brrr, and I find the pacifier. And sometimes it's way under the bed, so I'm like getting down on my hands and knees, like reaching under there, trying to get the thing. So he owns like 18 of them.
Put them all on the bed
So
with
I put them on, just like he's
sprinkle. He can't miss it when he wakes up.
It's like sleeping in, it's like a ball pit.
It's a ball pit, but it's binky.
Passies. Binkies.
Yeah.
Don't do it. So, yeah, I'll go in there. I'll just give him another, put it in his mouth. Immediately he goes back to sleep. I go back to sleep.
Do you put one in your mouth?
No, no, I don't. So, I mean, for the past 2 weeks, I've woken up every morning at 5 a.m. When we went camping, I woke up at 5 a.m.
And put a pacifier in my mouth.
Yeah, just
Pacifier!
Pacifier. And so that's what led me and Chrissy to say, this has to stop. The madness has to end.
Well, you don't want him to be an adult with a pacifier.
No, for Lily and Lincoln, they were barely 2 when we broke them with a pacifier.
Right.
But Lando, because he's a baby, we let him hold on longer. He's over 2.5. So we finally do it. But this is our technique parents or kids who remember this, you let us know in the comments what works best for you. But I don't know, I can't remember who told us, but they said, as a parent, it's good to empower your kids with decisions within certain parameters. If you can allow them to make decisions
That was me.
within
I told you
protective, no, you didn't, protective parameters, that's good. So for the passy, what you can do is you can cut it. And then you can give it to them and say, okay, here's your passy. And then they'll react to it. And then you give them the decision of, do they continue to suck on the defective pacifier or do they throw it away?
So you're saying you cut the rubber part completely off?
Or most of it.
Okay.
And then you give it to them like there's nothing different. And then let them decide what they want to do with that. And with Lily, it worked great. I can't remember with Lincoln as much for some reason. I think it worked great. Neither one of them use a passy now. So we decided to do this with Lando. We cut the thing and then we offered it to him. Now I took a little video of what we did, and you can see the opening frame here that we have cut the pacifier and that we are offering it to him. And then now we can just roll the video and see how he reacts to having the decision placed in his lap. Now look, that's your only passy. You want to sleep with the passy? It's broken. Do you want to sleep with it or you want to throw it away? Okay, no more passy for Lando. Okay, you're a big boy now. Okay?
You don't need it.
You can tell that he was still a little bit upset, but, he made the decision. We kept coming back to it. Hey, do you want to sleep with the passy? Or what happened? He said, pacifier broke. I'm not going to sleep with it.
But you shouldn't have said, where are the other 17 pacifiers? Are they not broken?
Well, he did go over to the drawer or to the other hiding places to look for them, and we had taken all of those. So, yeah, there's...
Stolen. This one's broken. These are stolen.
Right, yeah.
You want to teach him some critical thinking at this age, too, Link.
Oh, okay. Well,
You should have broken all of them. They all broke.
I just want him to sleep past 5 a.m.
Okay.
So he did not take a nap. He screamed through his nap, and he was really upset. But then, finally, when it was nighttime, he went to bed. He was exhausted. Last night, 5 a.m. came and went. I did not wake up. He slept all night. Didn't call for the passy because he was so exhausted. I don't know how it's going to be tonight. It'll probably be worse. But it's just a hump you got to get over.
Yeah, you got to do it.
I never had a passy, but I thought it would be good for us to talk about our versions of a security blanket that we did have. Let us know in the comments what your version of a security blanket is. I didn't have a blanket. I had a stuffed animal that was a rabbit, and I called it Bunny.
That was appropriate.
It was about this big.
And small.
It was small. While I was small. My mom, I'm sure, still has it somewhere. Mom, dig that thing up. I want Bunny. I miss him. But it was like a Peter Rabbit kind of a doll. And one side of it, I would hold one side of it against me, and it had a yellow ribbon, and I would rub the ribbon and suck my thumb.
That's cute.
And then when you look at it now, it's like one side of it looks cool, like, okay, that's a bunny. It looks a little worn. But then you turn around and you look at the other side, and you're like, oh my gosh, it's deformed. It's like that guy from Goonies or something.
Or Harvey Dent.
Yeah, it's like totally deformed. Like the eye is right here on the good side, and then you turn around to the bad side, and the eye is like way back here where I like smush it up against my body for like 6 years. It deformed the thing, and I was attached to it, almost literally attached to it.
No, I didn't have... I think I was an exceptional child. I didn't have anything like this that I depended on.
Really?
Never used a pacifier, never had any stuffed animals. Never had one in particular that I really cared about.
Not even like a teddy bear? No stuffed animal?
Definitely nothing that I've held on until this day.
Except for that.
Ladies and gentlemen, now listen, Link knows this better than anybody. Link is the one who keeps things. Link is the one who kept this Gutless Wanderer script, who probably you do have that bunny somewhere at your house.
My mom has it.
I don't keep anything, but for some reason, I still have Teddy. The teddy bear that I was given in 1977.
Oh, wow.
This bear was given to me.
Gosh, it smells like a thrift store.
Yeah, well, this thing's been around for
it smells like a couch.
35 years, and it was set down next to me in my 1 year. I guess 1978. Technically,
I feel like if I squeezed it, brown juice would come out.
Handle it gently, man. Ginger. This thing, it's a teddy bear that has an apple on his bib, and I kept this thing. And I remember one day in like middle school,
The sound comes out of its butt. It's like a
seeing
fart.
it in my closet and saying, you know what, I got to put this somewhere because I'm going to give it to my kids one day. It's
You
the only
decided
thing
to
I did.
stash it.
And we do. This was in the boys' room. I mean, they still got it in there. They don't respect it. You know, they don't. He's just kind of. I went in there just a second ago to go grab it to bring it out here, and it's just like under the bed, face down. I mean, look at it. It's sort of like Toy Story. You know, it's a forgotten toy, but he's still here. And I wouldn't say that.
The squeak comes out of his butt.
I didn't. Does that fascinate you?
It comes out from down there.
It's a fart. Yeah, it's a little squeaky fart. But look, I didn't take him. Did you take Bunny place? I never took him anywhere.
Oh yeah.
Maybe that's why he's still here.
I mean, to my babysitter, to whatever.
I never took him with me, but he was like, I called him all my stuffed animals my friends, and I would put him in my bed with me. Maybe I didn't have good friends. Maybe you weren't a good friend, so I had to get stuffed inanimate objects to be my friends.
Got an apple on his bib there.
So anyway, so what is your security blankie that you have held on to or didn't hold on to? And
God, you really should watch it.
it'll fall apart. Look, one time I drew a face on the back of his head because I wanted him. It's faded.
Two-sided.
Yeah.
We almost hit the red one. Rhett confesses items stolen from Link.
Listen, I don't know how to tell you this, but you know that little rabbit that you used to have as a kid? You carried it everywhere?
You're talking about Bunny, the one that one side was like cool and then the other side was like, oh my goodness.
Yeah, I remember. I have
tragedy.
this vivid image of you sucking your thumb and rubbing.
I think my mom has it. I mean, I haven't seen it in a while.
She had it. Last time we went home for Christmas, I don't know what came over me, but I snuck into your parents' house at night, dressed all in black. I had a gun. I don't know what I was thinking. I held up your mom and your dad, and I said, "Where's Bunny?" I took Bunny, put him in my pocket. I said, "Don't tell anyone about this or I will kill Link." Then I took Bunny, and I put him in the garbage disposal. I felt like it was another person had just taken over my body. I'm sorry. This is a good time to confess it now that I've been forced to by the mythical wheel. I really feel horrible about this. You can have this. I don't really care about it.